नेक्स्ट टॉपिक ऑफ चैप्टर 10 ऑफ क्लास 11। हम लोगों ने पिछली वाली क्लास में फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज वगैरह वो सब कर लिए थे, तो आज हम लोग करेंगे केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ एल्कली मेटल्स। नाउ व्हेन वी टॉकिंग ऑफ एल्कली मेटल्स, आपको ऑलरेडी पता है कि एल्कली मेटल्स कौन कौन से होते हैं। आपका शुरू हो जाता है फ्रॉम लिथियम, सोडियम, पोटेशियम, रुबीडियम, सीजियम एंड फ्रांशियम। फ्रांशियम जो है दैट इज गोइंग टू बी रेडियो एक्टिव एंड this is going to the alkali metals. They occupy the first group of the periodic table and with the general electronic configuration of NS1, right? Now the chemical reactivity of alkali metals, that is going to depend upon the electronic configuration. In fact, जितनी भी हम chemical properties किसी भी element की पढ़ते हैं, उन सब की जो electronic configuration है, that is going to affect the chemical properties. Okay. Now over here, alkali metals, they are the most reactive. They are going to be highly reactive. ठीक है? Why are they very reactive? In fact, we say that amongst all the elements of the periodic table, alkali metals, they are one of the most reactive metals. The reasons for this is that they have low value of ionization energies. We know that in the periodic table, the alkali metals, they have the lowest value of ionization energies. Number two, they have low heat of atomization. Right? The low heat of atomization is due to only one electron which is present in the outermost shell. So their metallic bonding, that is not very strong, as they will have low heat of atomization, and they have very high heat of or high energy of hydration. Because of their large sizes, they are going to have high heat of hydration. Hydration is going to be delta H hydration, that is always negative, and value of ionization energy, that is going to be always positive. We've already studied all this when we were doing the reduction potentials. Okay, so because of these three reasons, the alkali metals, they are going to be highly reactive. In fact, they are so reactive that they cannot be stored in water or in air, because as soon as they are exposed to water or air, they're going to catch fire, right? So they are generally stored under kerosene. So let's go on to a few reactions over here. The first reaction which we are going to do, that is reactivity towards air. Now reactivity towards air जब हम लोग करेंगे, तो जैसे ही हम expose करते हैं alkali metals को to moist air, right? All alkali metals except lithium, all alkali metals except lithium, they are going to tarnish in air. Why do they tarnish in air? Tarnish का मतलब क्या होता है? They become blackish. So on exposure to air, they are going to tarnish except lithium. Now lithium has a high value of ionization energy. So that is the reason why its reactivity, that is going to be less. And the effect of air or atmosphere, that keeps on increasing down the group. So we see that the reactivity, that will keep on increasing from lithium to cesium. Okay, so francium हम नहीं पढ़ते. Why? Because it is radioactive in nature and it is short-lived. Now these are therefore always kept under kerosene, as I have already told you. Because of its high reactivity, they are always stored under kerosene. Otherwise, they are going to catch fire. Now, when we are talking of the metal, how does the metal that reacts with oxygen? The metal that is going to react with oxygen to form its respective oxides of the type M2O. Now these M2O, this is generally formed by lithium, right? So lithium is going to form the normal oxide of the type Li2O. Then this may further react with oxygen to give us, with water to give us hydroxides of the type MOH. And these hydroxides, they can react with carbon dioxide to give us the respective carbonates. The oxides which are formed over here, they can be further, when these oxides they are further going to be exposed to air, they can form peroxides of the type M2O2. And generally it is seen, it is sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium, they form peroxides, but lithium does not form peroxides. We will discuss about this later, why this is going to happen. Okay? So peroxides generally it is made or formed by sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. Then the second one is reactivity towards water. Reactivity towards water. Now when we are reacting the metal with water, it is going to form its respective hydroxide. So we have over here 2N plus H2O to give us 2MOH. And with this hydrogen that is going to be released in the atmosphere. So this is how it forms the respective hydroxides. Lithium over here, that is going to very slowly decompose. So when we are talking of reactivity of the alkali metals towards water, it will keep on increasing as we keep going down the route. The reaction with lithium, that is very slow, whereas when we are talking of sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium, all these metals, they are going to vigorously react with water. Okay? So as soon as they get in touch with or they get exposed to water, they are going to catch fire. Now over here, remember one thing, that potassium has a great affinity for water. Now why this is happening? This is because of the fact that potassium that has a very low melting point. Because potassium has a low melting point, therefore it can melt at a lower temperature. It can also vaporize. Okay. Now because it is melting and vaporizing at very low temperature, so the heat of reaction, all these reactions, they are going to be exothermic in nature. So the heat of the reaction that is sufficient enough to melt the potassium. Obviously what will happen when potassium that is going to melt, the exposed surface area that will increase. So if the exposed surface area is increasing over here, then the reaction of potassium with water, that is going to be very, very vigorous. Is it clear? What is happening over here? Okay, so what is happening over here is, we are saying that over here potassium that catches fire very easily, or it is going to react very, very vigorously with water. The reason behind that is that potassium, it has a low melting point. Because of its low melting point, even if a little heat is supplied, because all these reactions they are going to be exothermic. So exothermic का मतलब जो reaction के लिए heat है वो खुद से reaction ही supply कर रहा है. अगर वो supply करेगा तो potassium जो है वो melt हो जाएगा. Potassium melt होता है तो exposed surface area ज़्यादा हो जाता है. You know that according to kinetics, speed of the reaction जो है वो increase होती है with increase in surface area. Because the surface area is increasing over here, potassium as soon as it gets in touch with water, it is going to catch fire. ठीक है? Is it clear? So the reactivity that is going to keep on increasing as we keep going down the road. The next is affinity for non-metals. Affinity for non-metals. Now, when we are talking of reactions of alkali metals with non-metals, like for example, if we are reacting it with hydrogen, so that is reactivity towards hydrogen. When it is reacting towards hydrogen, the kind of compounds which are going to be formed, they are known as metal hydrides with the general formula MH. Okay, so they are going to form metal hydrides. Now these metal hydrides, they are generally going to be ionic in nature, except for some of the hydrides of lithium. Except for some of the hydrides of lithium, rest all are going to be ionic in nature. Lithium, we know it has a high value of ionization energy. That is the reason it forms covalent hydrides. Rest all are going to be ionic. Now, because of its ionic nature, or you can say the formation of ionic compounds, that is going to depend on ionization energy. Therefore, the trend of forming hydrides, that will decrease, that is going to increase as we keep going, order of reactivity of alkali metals, that is going to decrease as we keep going down the road. So lithium की सबसे ज्यादा होगी, ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद साइज इसका बड़ा होता रहता है, कंपैटिबिलिटी कम होती रहेगी, उसकी वजह से लिथियम के बाद आ गया सोडियम, पोटेशियम, रुबिडियम एंड सीजियम, ठीक है. So the order of reactivity towards hydrogen, that is going to follow this order. Now it is seen that on the basis of lattice energy, we can say that the order of reactivity that will keep on decreasing. So we know that the lattice energy, when we are talking of order of lattice energy, due to small size of the cation, the lattice energy that is going to be high. Because lithium has the smallest size, therefore the lattice energy will follow the following trend. These are the type of questions which come in your competitions. Okay, so we have lithium hydride, then we have sodium hydride, potassium hydride, rubidium hydride, and then cesium hydride. So the lattice energy decreases in this order. Why? Because the size of the cation, that is increasing. As the size of the cation that will increase, then what will happen? The lattice energy that is going to decrease. We've already studied this, that lattice energy that depends upon the size of the cation. Smaller the size of the cation, more is going to be the lattice energy. So over here, cesium is going to have the largest size. Therefore, cesium hydride, that is going to have lowest value of lattice energy, right? In a similar manner, the stability, order of stability will also follow the same route. Order of stability, when we are talking of the stability, that is going to have the same route. So, सबसे पहले highest stability is that going to be of LiH, फिर उसके बाद NaH, KH, RBH and cesium hydride. So this is what the order of stability that is going to be. Okay. Now when we are talking of hydrides over here, they are all going to behave as powerful reducing agents at high temperature. They all are going to behave as powerful reducing agents at high temperature. Then next we go on to reactivity towards oxygen. Formation of oxides. Reactivity towards oxygen. Now when we are talking of reactivity towards oxygen, we are going to talk of different kind of oxygen ions or different kind of oxygen molecule ions which are going to form compounds with sodium, with all the alkali metals. Depending upon that, we have three types of ions of oxygen. One is the normal oxide ion, the second one that is going to be peroxide, and the third one that is going to be superoxide. So when we are talking of oxides over here, when we talk of lithium on combustion with oxygen, it is going to form oxide of the type Li2O. Okay? Similarly, sodium is going to give us peroxide of the type Na2O2. फिर उसके बाद we have potassium, rubidium and cesium. So potassium, rubidium and cesium, they give us superoxides of the type KO2. So lithium oxide over here, lithium that forms normal oxides, sodium oxide that is going to form, sodium is going to form peroxides, and the rest of the members, they are going to form superoxides. Okay. Now depending upon that, why do they form these kind of oxides? Now over here it is seen that the size of lithium, that is very, very small, and the size of the rest of them, when we are talking of the peroxide ion, the normal oxide ion, that is going to be what? The normal oxide is O2 negative. Okay? When they are going to peroxide, that is going to be O2 negative. So the size now increases for peroxide, and that for the superoxide ion, it is still larger, it is going to be O2 negative. So as the size increases, lithium is not compatible with the larger size of the peroxide ion and the superoxide ion. Therefore, lithium is unable to form peroxide and superoxide. In a similar manner, sodium can form both normal oxides and peroxides, but sodium cannot form superoxides. Again, the reason is that there is no compatibility of size between sodium and oxygen. Whereas the larger sized ions, potassium, rubidium and cesium, they can easily form superoxides. Is it clear? Now over here, the oxides which are formed, they can react with water to easily give us hydroxides of the type 2MOH. So when we are talking of the basic character, we already know that all the metallic oxides, they are going to be basic. So because alkali metals, they are metals, so the oxides of alkali metals, they are going to be basic in nature. So when we are talking of basic character of oxides, we are talking of basic character, the basic character keeps on increasing down the group. This is an important question. All these trends, they are going to be very, very important. So basic character that will keep on increasing down the group such that lithium oxide is going to be least basic. Then we have sodium oxide, potassium oxide, rubidium oxide and cesium oxide. Okay. So the basic character that will keep on increasing down the group. Now over here we will see that when we are talking of hydroxides, MOH, the hydroxides, they are of alkali metals, they all are going to be colorless and they are strongly alkaline. Alkaline means that they have a tendency to dissolve in water. They are strongly alkaline and at the same time they are going to be corrosive in nature. Okay? Now all the hydroxides, they are going to be thermally stable except for lithium hydroxide. So when we are talking of order of stability, the order of stability increases down the group. So we have over here lithium hydroxide, then we have sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, rubidium hydroxide and cesium hydroxide. So lithium hydroxide, that is going to be the least stable and cesium hydroxide, that is going to be most stable. Right? Now when we talking of peroxides and superoxides, it is seen that all peroxides, they are going to be diamagnetic in nature. Paramagnetic in nature. Peroxides, Na2O2 तो नहीं होता है. Let's just see whether it is diamagnetic or paramagnetic. Na2O2 means we have how many electrons? 22. So they are going to be diamagnetic, not paramagnetic. All of them, they are going to be diamagnetic in nature because of all paired electrons present. Whereas when we are talking of superoxides, all the superoxides, they are going to be paramagnetic in nature because of unpaired electrons, and these might also be colored because of the unpaired electrons present, they may also show certain colors. Superoxides are better oxidizing agents than all the peroxides. Okay, so this is reactivity towards oxygen. Then we go on to reactivity towards halogen. Next is reactivity towards halogens. Reactivity towards halogens. Now with halogens, it forms normal halides. Like for example, if you're taking any metal over here and reacting it with halogen, that is going to give us halides of the type Mx. Now X over here, that can be all the halides, right? So when we're looking at order of reactivity of alkali metals for the formation of halides, order of reactivity of alkali metals. Over here, the order of reactivity increases as we keep going down the group because of decrease in ionization energy. All the halides, they are going to be ionic in nature except for halides of lithium because of very high ionization energy of lithium. ठीक है? So lithium, फिर उसके बाद sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. And what is going to be the order of reactivity of halogens? Order of reactivity of halogens, that will keep on decreasing as we keep going down the group. So fluorides की जो है, that is going to be the maximum, then chlorine, then bromine and then iodine. That is because of low bond dissociation energy of fluorine with respect to iodine, right? So what are the characteristics which we are going to study over here? Number one, most of the halides are ionic in nature except halides of lithium. ठीक है? Number two, halides, they are crystalline and have higher melting points. Right? They are crystalline and they are ionic, therefore they are going to have higher melting points. The fused halides are good conductors of electricity. Right? All the fused halides, they are going to be good conductors of electricity. All the halides except lithium fluoride, they are going to dissolve in water. So all halides except lithium fluoride they are going to dissolve in water. Now why this is happening? The reason behind this is that lithium ion that has the highest energy of hydration, because of the smallest size of Li positive, it is going to have the highest value of hydration energy, right? So it should have the highest solubility, because we know higher the value of hydration energy, more is going to be the solubility. But it is seen that lithium does not have you can say very high solubility. The reason behind this is that lithium and fluoride ions, they are going to you can say react very strongly, or they are going to interact very strongly, resulting in very high lattice energy. The size of lithium and fluorine, that is very slow. Now the solubility, that is going to depend upon two factors. One, it will depend upon the lattice energy. Second, it will depend upon the hydration energy. Higher the lattice energy, lower is the solubility. Higher the hydration energy, high is the solubility. In case of lithium fluoride, although lithium has high value of hydration energy, but at the same time its value of lattice energy is very very high. Because of the high value of lattice energy, it is insoluble in water. ठीक है, दो चीजों के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है solubility. एक डिपेंड करेगा लैटिस एनर्जी पे, दूसरा डिपेंड करता है हाइड्रेशन एनर्जी पे. अगर लैटिस एनर्जी ज्यादा होती है तो सॉल्युबिलिटी कम होती है, और अगर हाइड्रेशन एनर्जी ज्यादा होती है तो सॉल्युबिलिटी ज्यादा होती है. अब लिथियम फ्लोराइड में लिथियम और फ्लोरीन दोनों का साइज बहुत छोटा है, जिसकी वजह से उसकी जो लैटिस एनर्जी है वो बहुत हाई हो जाती है. ठीक है, तो वो हाइड्रेशन एनर्जी को पीछे छोड़ के सॉल्युबिलिटी को डिक्रीज कर देती है. So that is the reason why lithium fluoride that is going to be insoluble. Okay. Then the last non-metals which we are going to discuss over here, that is action with sulfur and phosphorus. Over here, the alkali metals, they are going to directly combine with both sulfur and phosphorus. With sulfur, it forms sulfides of the type M2S, and with phosphorus, it forms phosphides of the type M3P. So that is all what you need to know in this section, right? So today we will do only till here. There are a few chemical properties which we will be discussing in our next lecture.